So what is up? This is going to be a video for 24th March 2026. And I'm gonna show what I actually was looking at the market today. I don't have any accounts. I don't have none of that shit. But here it is. I just couldn't be without clicking that button. Yep. Anyways, let's get it done. So I was completely bullish today. Reason for being bullish is this thing. I'm not like buying this. Even yesterday I was bullish and it did happen to be bullish. If I really trade in my session, should be bullish. And it did. It was and it did. So that's what I did today. That's what I was looking at the market today too. So here how it goes, right? So what am I looking at? We go to the 15-minute time frame first of all. What are you seeing right here? Nothing. And unfilled 15-minute value gap. And then we got this tiny liquidity sweep. A lot of things to go bullish, right? Not a lot of things. But one of the major things is that we got taken out this low, right? So after this, I'm going to 1 minute time frame. As you can see, price came back down, sweeping these lows, came back up, another sweep off low. This should be probably SMT. And then we got this 1 minute inversion. Next candle, go for a trade, not waiting for the third candle high to get swept or nothing, none of that shit. So just taking an entry, having my stop loss, that is going to define where I'm gonna put my take profit, right? So stop loss goes to the swing low, whatever, based on whatever the risk that I'm having, whatever it might be. And my take profit goes to 1 is 1, not to my drawn liquidity. Remember, it goes to 1 is 1. Whatever my stop loss is going to be, even if I keep my stop loss up here, my take profit is going to extend to 1 is 1, not to the drawn liquidity that I have. It is going to be like this here or not. If I'm going to risk $500 on this move, it's going to be $500 profit. So I put that up in 10 accounts, 15 accounts, 30 accounts. That's probably way, 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 way more than I think, than I should make in a day. So this is one thing. And yeah. And one more thing that I have is I can do this. Once this 50% hit, if my draw liquidity gives me 2 1 is 2, right? If my entry gives me 1 is 2, I want to close 50% of my trade exactly at 1 is 1. So which goes like this. 50% closed up there. And then the final 50% is going to be my final draw liquidity or whatever it is. 1 is 2. I'm not even gonna follow my final draw liquidity. Draw liquidity is bullshit. It's going to be risk to reward. Risk to reward is what's going to give you everything. So you have your market analysis from probably whatever the time frame that you got. Like it probably might be higher time frame value gaps, lower time frame value gaps. It can be higher time frame confluence, lower time frame confluence. None of that matters. None of that matters. All you have to do is take 50 off and then let the 50 run to your take profit. Or let the 50 run to 1 is 2. So that alone will make you profitable. And I see, even if I would have targeted what London high, yeah, I want to target London high. If there is no war, if there is no bullshit, look at that. The one thing difference here is that I did not change my stop loss. I did not touch my stop loss. So that is one thing, right? So that is one thing changed here. That's one thing that's changed. And then another try. This was a paper trade, a paper trade. So didn't do nothing. Saw a session high get swept on, and then a beautiful displacement inversion and got into a position right here exactly at 1:2. I closed 50%, and then he had my next 50% to 1:2, and then it came back almost to 75% of the range from my entry to the take profit, and started rejecting off that. And yeah, once price break, also have this in mind. So this is 1:1. So after 1:1, what happens here is I close 50% of my trade, right? So once price comes to 75, I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm gonna have my stop loss to break even, or my stop loss is going to be uh cut down to half. In that way, I make some sort of money instead of being break even, or I could just let that trade run and still be break even because I closed 50% of my entry right here. And final draw liquidity, whatever the money it might be, I don't care, right? So here it is. This is so simple strategy, simple formula. All you had to do is keep your stop loss. Don't care about the tight stop losses. Don't care about the tight stop losses. That's where you actually fall into a trap of being unprofitable. So don't care about tight stop losses. Well, whoever you follow, whoever your mentor might be, they probably have way more balls, way more market experience, market learning than yourself. So unless and until you're that level of discipline, that level of experienced trader, do not go for a tight stop loss. Always keep your stop loss at wherever you feel comfortable, so that you would you would never lose a trade. This is so fucking bullshit. This is so fucking easy to do, but yet the hardest way. So I did a lot of productive things today, and I wish I was doing this when I had those accounts, when I was having the profits. And I see that even if I don't follow my rules, and if I come to trading and I follow my rules, I cannot do that, right? So if you don't follow the rules outside trading, you would how can you follow your rules inside trading? If you cannot follow the simple rules of how you lead your life, and how do you expect yourself to be actually disciplined when you're trading? So keep that in mind, and then move forward. Always, that's one of the major things that you're gonna have to do, because moving forward is the only way for you to get success. You do a mistake, but what you have to do next, that should have to be in your mind. If you make a mistake and you start keep thinking about the same mistake, that is self a mistake. So stop giving a shit about the mistakes and start giving a fuck about yourself. Start giving a fuck about the things that you have to do next. Okay, you just broke your rule. You didn't sleep before or exactly at 1. So what do you do next? Try to sleep before 2 o'clock. Try to clock in, bro. You are on this business. You cannot go away from it. Whenever you feel like quitting trading, and just remove yourself out of trading. I've been trading for like 3 years now. I am break even. After 3 freaking years, I took my first payout. How can I quit now for losing $90? Technically, I lost $90, not 5K. I technically lost $90. One account could take me to 5K in profits. I could have withdrawn, I could have taken up 2K in profits and still have 3K in buffer. But still, I just blew all the $5,000 that I had. But I keep putting in the big numbers in, but technically I lost only $90. So it is not over. It is never over. It'll never be over. So just a bad day, not a bad life. You're not late, you're on time. So always have that in mind and keep moving forward. And as always, believe in yourself, believe in God. Anything is possible if you believe in God. So just keep moving forward. And as always, Mark, adios.